Hello, everyone. We are about to start Omlette de Fromage. A nice cheesy omelette. Coming up. Why is my webcam not working? What is wrong with this thing? Always problems. It works here. Why does it work here? And it's so annoying, man. What the While we're experiencing technical difficulties, please stand by. Oh well. No matter. We are about to start the show. And let's all right. Let's check out what we have for episode 8. We are getting low. We are getting low on replays, which is not good. It's not good, guys. We need more replays. I think we can just make one more episode so far. Then we're done. Gonna start with Boo versus White Ninja because the last game they sent in was no cheese. And also this is an old one, so we're gonna see what happens. Well. In the top left corner. In the top left corner of Darkness Sanctuary, we have all inspirations Boo in red playing Zerg. And in the bottom right, from all inspiration, the pink Protoss, it's White Ninja. Boom. Let's see what the cheese is all about. There is a probe foraging outside of the base of White Ninja, going into the corner to build some evil shit. Maybe? I don't know. What's it gonna be? Nope. He's going... Oh, it's just scouting. Of course, it's a 4-player map. We used to have these back in the day. We used to have these. Yeah, we used to. Not anymore, though. I don't think there's one. I don't think there's one at the moment. So, if the Overlord was watching, he might have seen that the probe was going there, and by the timing he might have guessed where the opponent is now. Of course, the cross map will be always scouted pretty late for Zerg, but maybe he can guess by the timing that this probe got here. Maybe, I don't know. Don't know how good Boo is with the timing. It's probably pretty good, I guess. I'd say so. I'd say so. And absolutely nothing cheesy going on. So, will there be cheese? Will we have to make our pretty omelette without cheese? Or with only 4 kinds of cheese instead of 5? It's a cinque formaggio after all. The omelette de cinque formaggio. With 5 cheeses. Jesus! Still absolutely nothing out of the ordinary going out on here. Both of them macroing up as fast and hard as they can. But we will see. I mean, who knows? We will see. There might still be cheese involved sooner or later. There's some links chasing away that probe and one of them shading across the map. Gonna try to wreak some havoc, kill some drones, some drony boys. And the queen is ready to defend, but no lings are home. The lings see the adept now, will try to run away from him. And Boo has been warned that there is an adept coming. But of course it's gonna be hard to deter him. Because... oh, he gets the adept caught! Oh my god. But the adept is fast enough to kill almost everything, though there's links coming in now. The adept, he might fall, and he dies without seeing anything, doing anything. That adept just blinks out of existence. But for scouting purposes, Phoenix are pretty good. Second target going up as well, so we might see Mass Phoenix here. Or Mass Air anyway. Of 2 base so far. Because, of course, Protoss has difficulties to expand when there's Zerglings out. Especially if they're +1 links with speed, which is about to be done here for Boo. At least the speed. +1 will take a little more. But guess what? Links suck versus Phoenix. And worry harshly so. And welcome, Tool, to the show. Nice of you to join us. Boo throwing down some spore crawlers here. And losing an Overlord. Meanwhile, some lings are attacking the main, or just scouting, I guess. There's 2 more Phoenix coming out, 2 more being made at the time. More spore crawlers going down for Boo. He realizes there will be a lot of those Phoenix around. Always good to have spore crawlers, of course. The queen will be taken out here by the Phoenix. And the lings are pulled home into the safety of the creep, which gives them speed. Of course, the Phoenix will probably not waste their energy on the lings, because that wouldn't make much sense. Boo scouts the main base here and sees, yes, this main base is in fact fully saturated. Phoenix are pulling back. We'll probably try to hunt down the Overlord. No, he's already dead. Okay, that happened. Robo going down, so transitioning out of Stargate is what Ninja then. Still fairly behind. Yeah, I don't know Nano, to be honest. I have no idea. I mean, you know, someone sent me these games in from TAI, but the first one wasn't cheesy. This is the second game now out of 3. It doesn't seem to be cheesy either. So, I don't know. Whoever sent those in. That was a really mean thing to do. But I had to cast them because I'm lacking more replays. So, if you're watching this, on YouTube or right now live, please send in your cheesy replay so I can continue this series. Ooh, some overlords out in the middle between the bases here, gonna be taken out. Oh, this is only the first game, and I think the other 4 will be cheese. In fact, you will not be disappointed, Nano. Don't worry. Don't you worry. Yeah. Took down the Nexus here. That was building. Of course, as I said, it's hard for TOS to expand if you're busy dealing with Phoenix. Sometimes the Zerg cannot get out enough stuff, but with the upgrade already almost at +2. Well, I will be casting your game, though. I will. I'm really looking forward to that one, actually. Because it's labeled for Fizbin. Oh. Yeah, I mean, you could... I don't know if it's considered cheesy now to build 7 Phoenix. It might be. Or 20 Lings. But what I can tell you is this probe is not going to get this Nexus done. Because it's going to get eaten. E10. Or not, you know, because 2 Immortals and 2 Adepts. But running more Lings across the map. Way more Lings. Hydra's coming out now, but single Hydras are not going to do anything versus this murder of Phoenix here. And I'm not sure these Lings can take down this Nexus, especially not if they go into the choke point. Their 2 Adepts can kill a ridiculous amount of Lings. More Phoenix coming out, still Phoenix being made. Shield batteries going down, as well as a Twilight Council that just now finished. And yeah, Phoenix are hard to deal with. I can tell you that from first-hand experience, because Total Havoc used to do that a lot versus me. All Lings are getting taken out now. We have a nice SimCity here from White Ninja defending his 3rd base. And the Phoenix is still being active, preventing Zerg from taking his 4th base, which he really, really would like to do. Hydra numbers are starting to climb now, and I think this is a critical number now that should be able to take out those Phoenix fast enough. There we go, 2 go down. And the time of the Phoenix has passed. Like the wandering birds, they have to move south or die. That's how it happens. Even for Terran, see, although I guess with 20 Marines you could easily evaporate those Phoenix. Because what are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? Pick up a Phoenix? Of course they're gonna wreck your medevacs, that's what happens, but you're not gonna pick up Marines with the Phoenix, right? Gonna cost them too much energy. Archons being made. But this is a scary army for Zerg here. Banelings, albeit without speed so far. Speed being made. Hydras will have the range upgrade soon and range weapons as well. And he will lay down the law. He might take out... this ramp is actually really easy to fight up against TOS here. Guess what? The Phoenix are finding more drones here. Diminishing the worker lead that Boo has managed to get himself so far, but the main army has now been spotted. One more Phoenix goes down, another one is scared away, and the Lings are running. Looking for an angle to attack here with 80 army supply. Is Boo. Baneling speed is finished, and +1 is going to finish in a second as well, making these Hydras much more efficient. And the Banelings are finding the correct units to detonate onto. Everything gets pulled back here. And the Archons evaporate. And at this point there is not enough stuff here for Protoss to deal with this. And he will lose this base and probably the game. GG. There we go. And Boo was victorious without any cheese. Guys, really? Really? I asked for one thing. And that was cheese. Please bring the cheese. After this horrendously bad game, from a cheese standpoint, of course, I need to authenticate. And to authenticate, I need to find my mobile phone. Bear with me, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Authenticating now. What do you mean set up authenticate? Oh god. Guess I haven't used it since I got my phone back. Just give me a second. I will be right done. Dun dun dun. And setting up. Setting up. Setting up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. We can do it. There we go, there we go. There we go. Can we make it? Can we make it into the game? Can we? Yes, we made it. Probably on the wrong server, are we? Yes, we are. Switching servers. And since we had such a bad first game, we're gonna do the centerpiece of today's episode now. It's the 4 Fizbin game. It's the 4 Fizbin game. Look, it's Derek, the red Protoss, in the upper right corner of Blue Shift, versus our very own All Inspirations Nano, in blue as a Terran. Well, I sure hope it is, because I hyped it now, so... Well, it's gonna be better than the last one, because it has cheese in it. That's all that counts, you know. It's the Omlette du Fromage. What do you hate playing against? Is he trying to annoy you by playing as annoyingly as possible? Well, that's nice, because he's Protoss. He can't possibly play Zerg versus you. Okay, who's gonna be the cheeser? Who's gonna be the cheesed? We will see shortly here on Omlette du Fromage, episode 8. Almost 8 episodes in, and we see a proxy barracks being built. Although this is not considered cheese anymore, is it? This is basically a standard opening. A standard opening for Terran now. Proxy racks. Because why build at home if you can build in your opponent's face? Why? Basically, the best way to counter this for Protoss is go proxy himself, you know, proxy 2 or 3 gates on the other side of the map, possibly in the opponent's base if you can. But doesn't go for the proxy Derek, because he's a solid guy, you know. He goes for the expansion. Gateway, Cybercore, expand. And going for a factory is Nano, so we have a Cyclone push coming in, I guess. And Cyclone, very good unit versus Protoss, or versus really anything, because, you know, after the Marine, that, you know, got kind of boring. They have a new unit that can shoot everything really fast, which is a Cyclone, you know. But they added a little twist, because the Cyclone, unlike the Marine, can be repaired. Well, you could argue now that the Marine technically can get healed, which is sort of like a repair. But you need the other units for that. Right? So now you just need SCVs. You can repair Cyclones indefinitely. I mean, people used to do that with Thors, like drop a Thor and some SCVs. And building 2 shield batteries, because there was not a single thing spotted in the opponent's base, of course, so he knows it's a proxy. And 2 Cyclones being built right now. 1 pylon is not gonna hold off 2 Cyclones, but he spots them as they come out, and the Zealot immediately has a shitty day. Will he make it to the shield batteries in time? Yes, he will. And he will soak up some damage. Great micro there from Nano, pulling back one of his 2 shooting units, and he should have brought some SCVs to repair this, I believe. Then it would have been much stronger. Now one Cyclone goes down. Stalker really good versus Cyclone, because Cyclone cannot shoot while moving. It's not a battle cruiser, guys. 2 more Cyclones come out just in the nick of time. The Stalkers are really fucked up now because everything dies. Still having 2 more Cyclones. Is Nano making 2 more, and he's gonna take down this pylon pretty fast. Nope, he's not. He's going for the probes, because apparently it's more important than killing defenses, which I can agree with, you know. And down goes the pylon and the defense from Protoss here. In a bad spot is Derek, finding himself troubled by some shooting things in his expansion. And once the 2 other Cyclones hit here, I mean, Protoss has 2 Stalkers. It's not gonna do anything versus 4 Cyclones without shield batteries. But 1 Cyclone is all alone there. Now they bunch up. We'll take out those shield batteries in stutter stepping fashion. And I guess this is GG. So, although, can the probes kill the Cyclones? They might be able to. I don't know. Nope. And then he pulls them back because... Okay, I guess this gets cleaned up. It also bumps the Protoss back into the Stone Age with 10 workers. So... I mean, what's the Protoss gonna do? Is he gonna go with an Immortal and 2 Stalkers now across the map? Did he not even get a Warp Gate? That's kind of harsh. I guess he was building the Stalkers, so yeah. Okay, he's gonna go across the map with 3 Stalkers. Well, 2.5 Stalkers and an Immortal. There's 1 Marine currently guarding the entrance, also calling down supply depots. Really, Nano? Really? You gonna waste energy like that? That's not how you play Terran, Nano. I can see this. There was a call down here. I can clearly see it, you know. It's not some fancy addition doing anything else. It's an orbital call down, supply call down. Also, there's a Liberator out going across the map. Should probably stay home, take out what's coming here. Because, I mean, what else is going to take it out? Not the 2 Marines that are there. 2 more are going to pop, and then another medevac is going to be there as well, which is going to help, but it's not going to be enough, I guess. But 3 barracks producing Marines eventually should be able to take care of this, especially now that he has seen it here. Liberator is in the main base though, preventing mining or killing probes. You can choose whatever you want. So there's really no coming back from this for Derek now. He has to make do with what he has. Has 2 Stalkers and an Immortal in a drop ship here. And will try to break the ramp. A tank is not being made. A Cyclone is being made and will take out... Will he take out Stim? Nope. Nope. He decides to target something else rather than finishing off Stim. Great pickup micro there though. But that's a lot of boys and very few Marines. But he could have taken out Stim, you know, that would have helped him tremendously. And every second that goes by, Nano gets stronger here. He's even dropping Marines now, like, it's almost bad-mannered. And he's gonna go out and try to take out everything with his boys. I'm not sure I like this. He should have just waited, made another Cyclone or 2, you know. But I guess he can still manage because he's so far ahead that it doesn't really matter. And of course it's cool to have SCVs killing stuff. And picking up to his heart's content, practicing his pickup micro here is Derek. Another stock goes down and the Immortal gets saved, although the Warp Prism almost dies. If the Warp Prism even gets looked at funny, it's gonna be down immediately. Boom goes the Warp Prism, and that was the rest of Derek's army. And leaving without a GG is Derek. Ah, Derek. You should always GG, Derek. It's just not nice. Let's go to Darth Julius. A Reddit boy that sent in his replays. Another Protoss. In the upper right, Geek A. Darth Julius in orange. Playing versus another Geek A guy. a red Zerg by the name of Fargus in the lower in the lower left of Blue Shift. Same map, same race, a different race. We're gonna see what's gonna happen here. We have an early pool. How I love the early pools. Going for a 14 pool is Fargus. Of course, early pool is very strong versus Protoss, although I think 14 is already a bit late. Although I guess technically you still link flood, go hedge first and then link flood, that would work as well. And of course, the Protoss is gonna scout it. Scout it almost immediately. Not even trying to block the hatchery. Which is of course suspicious if there's no hatchery there. And you see, oh my god, it's an early pool! Run home, little probe, or build cannons or something, I don't know. Not gonna build cannons because no forge. 2 gateways though for Darth Julius. Probably good to have an additional gateway, you know, make it another salad or 2 to hold off this pesky lings. Has got to be walling off here. Probably completely. Maybe, I don't know. Is he gonna? That is not a complete wall. Okay. Well, I guess you can still wall off with another gateway in the behind here. Is he gonna go for the expansion though, Darth Julius? It looks like it. Which is probably... Ah, there goes the Zealot in the wall. Zealot in the wall, standing strong, can kill up to 10 or 15 lings. I don't know how many, I think. Probably enough to make a difference. Especially if you leave him alone after you start hitting him. Of course, the problem is lings can also eat your buildings if they want to, which is exactly happening now. And pulling out of the wall here in a very, very fancy maneuver is the Zealot. He's also going to die. But walling off with a pylon is the probe hero. Although, you know, just left a hole in the wall, I guess. The pylon was probably too far up, so he couldn't build a gateway there, I guess. Also, one of the 3 pylons now going down. Of course, it's more an annoyance than an actual threat here, because, you know, the probey boys are going to be able to deal with the lings if they want to. But, of course, losing a lot of mining time here, Darth Julius. And he should really pull back now, because there's an adept out. 1 ling is not going to kill the adept. Put your damn probes to work, Julius. Morlings decide to go back. Didn't even get speed, but the Zerg is not done cheesing yet. He's building roaches now. And a baling nest, because why not? Why not get all the tech? Can't go wrong with that, right? Just get all the tech. Of course, the adept shading across the map sees the lings. And he sees a roach, which... I mean, if you see a roach at 3:30, there's something fishy going on. But then again, he saw a pylon, a pool being made very early. And the roach just tried to kill the adept, which survives with 1 HP. Shield regeneration for the win. The queen's gonna take him out eventually. And by eventually I mean now. Boom, boom, boom. Still needs 3 hits. Shield regeneration, that's good. Now, we have... a very strong wall here by the Protoss. But with Ravagers and Roaches, Zerg will be putting on pressure. I haven't seen... nope. No Robo on the way. And Protoss is really lacking in the Roach extermination department without Robo. Well, Void Ray works as well, but... Don't like the decision here. Also, there's still a fucking hole in the wall, man. Should have patched that up, maybe. Make a full wall off here. Get some stalkers to deal with the roach boys. Because they outreached them. But this looks like Julius is just plain dead here. Don't know how Zerg could possibly throw this. I mean, shield batteries are gonna do a lot. But once they're out of energy, Protoss is dead in the water here. Also, Cybercore goes down, so no more stalkers for Darth Julius. Another gateway. The gateway is almost dead as well. Kill the damn gateway already, man. Fargus, what the fuck, Fargus? There's 15 HP. It's like 2 roach hits. Seriously. Like, you look at it funny and it falls apart. I don't know how it can even contain the void here. Finally going, oh, another cybernetics core. Yeah, because you can't build a robo without a cyber core, so you fucked yourself over there. Well and truly, Darth Julius. Huge roach army now out for Fargus, being well in the lead, even though Darth Julius still has a worker lead. As long as Protoss keeps losing his production, he is in a tight spot here. Also Zerg floating some minerals because macro is totally overrated. Spending it now though on 7 more roaches, and once these popping are here, the numbers are just gonna be overwhelming. 1 more pylon to take out to unpower the rest of the shield batteries. Going down now. 1 gate is still powered, the rest is down. And I guess we're making 2 more gates up here because, yeah. Not making a robo. Robos are stupid, man. But with this number of roaches, it doesn't even matter anymore if you have a robo or not. You're not gonna make enough immortals. And pulling the boys here is Darth Julius in a last-ditch effort to defeat those roaches. But guess what? More roaches across the way, and not building any more drones here is Fargus. He's just going for the throat like a bloodhound, destroying Darth Julius's base. And Darth Julius being resilient, maybe it was an internal clan war or something where this meant the end of his tournament life, because he's still in game even though he's clearly dead in the water. There's no way he can fight versus those roaches. Losing workers now as well is Darth Julius, pulling them down, building another pylon. Once those shield batteries up the probes can maybe fight those roaches, you know. I don't think so, but who knows? I mean, I'm not a Protoss, who am I to judge? Roaches everywhere, eating away, spitting the Protoss buildings down, and in the process killing them. Leave. Jesus Christ. I think at this point you could give the control to a weak AI and it would still win here. But is Darth Julius leaving? No, he's not. Also no hidden base somewhere, you know. Ah, there we go, GG. Alright, guess he finally decided to get the fuck out. Thanks for sending that one in. And another Reddit game we have. Let's see what this one brings us. It's a Grandmaster level game. Holy shit, bro. In the top right, as a red Protoss on Lost and Found Leather Edition, it's ICGI, its remake. In the bottom left, from Exceed, playing a blue Zerg, we have Ryu with the Hato Can. Building his pylon and then scouting is its remake. Meanwhile, playing standard is Ryu as well. Let's see what the cheese is here. Will there be cheese? Will there be cheese? I don't know if there will be cheese, but I sure hope so. And it looks like it's a cannon rush, boys. Do we have a forge? Oh yeah, we have a forge. So nice. And the probe's like, oh well, you know, I'm not dealing with this shit. Let's just make the base somewhere else. You know, I don't care. But Right now, what Zerg should be doing is take the second gas, put down a Roach Warren, and go to lair. And throw Nidus in Protoss's face, because as we know, Protoss has nothing at home. You can also pull some probes and defend this, but let's see what Ryu does here. I mean, this is Grandmaster Masters level, so they should be knowing what they do. And yeah, I guess we'll see. Going for the proxy hedge is Ryu. Yeah, why not? I mean, might as well do it properly. Although its remake might eventually spot this and just build more cannons. And Spinecrawler being built there by Ryu is under the attack of a probe. And the probe is getting weakened, which is good for Ryu. Once this probe dies, of course, the rush dies with it. Although there's a pylon on the high ground now, and a cannon soon to come, and I guess the cannon should be in range of the Spinecrawler. I think they have the same range. Yep, it is. Meaning this Spinecrawler will die and gets cancelled. Not in range of anything else though, the cannon, but preventing the Zerg from taking his second gas, which he needs to go Nidus. Also, another cannon will be built here. I don't know if this is actually... I guess this might... The hedge here might have been to just force the Protoss to build more cannons, but do you really want more cannons everywhere? I don't know. Even going late game might not be a good idea. Might not be a good idea at all. And he lets it finish, so I guess this will die. And all units that come out here will be walled in as well, which is kind of smart. And we are building Roaches, which should be able to take out the single cannon, I guess. And moving his Roaches across the map is Ryu, because why deal with the shit in your base when you can go in the face with the Roach dick in your opponent's base? There we go. Can two Roaches fight versus a cannon and a shield battery? I do not believe so. One dies before even taking the shield battery down to half energy, and the other one will die even faster. So I guess you need 5 Roaches to kill a cannon and a shield battery, I would suppose. I don't know. We'll find out. There's a queen now, and 3 more Roaches. Shield battery energy is about to be done. But guess what? There's 2 Stalker Boys now as well. Cannon is low now. Going down, but being cleaned up. And of course it's never nice to waste your Roach into a cannon. A single cannon. There's still not much up here. Building a pylon, probably gonna build some more cannons. There is its remake. But so many Stalkers here. Gonna take out the larva, because why not? And take some hits from the broodlings. And just like that, the Zerg contain is up again. There's Ravagers out now, of course. Finally taking his second gas, but way behind in Echo here is Ryu. You never want to be stuck on one base. Also, shield battery is really good versus cannons, with cannons, together with cannons. Finally taking out the cannon on the high ground, will then be able to take down the pylon as well, and then shortly after that the rest down here, making more shield batteries, though it's remake. And once that pylon dies, so will the high ground vision for Protoss, and in turn... Oh, the cannon's not even powered anymore, that's great. You can just walk your stuff down there, kill the one Artosis pylon that's being backed up by a second one now. Protoss is way ahead in army, of course. The question is, can he break the ramp with the 2 spines? Once the second Immortal gets out, well, it will not get up. Yeah, once... Why is he not making an Immortal? He should be making another Immortal. You don't need a... Okay, this is too high of a level game for me, I guess. I would have made a second Immortal, and you could have broken those 2 spines easily, no matter what else the Zerg had. But does he know? I guess it's good to have an observer as well. And he will pull back the spines, making another one. So still defending here is Ryu, still down, now finally down in workers as well. And Protoss slowly building up his army ball here. Will not build anything out of the other gateway because it's almost dead. And yeah, building another hatchery so he has ways to spend his money. It's not a bad thing inherently, but you really want your hatchery to be on the outside near mineral patches. Because this is just painful, you know. Well, at least it's cheese, I mean. And this is exactly why shield batteries are getting nerfed, dear Protoss. Watch and observe. Well, or why they should get nerfed anyway. So that's not how they were used. That's not how they were intended to be used. Still not daring to break the ramp here, even with 2 Immortals, is its remake. He's gonna drop the Zerglings on the low ground there. Try to make a run for it. There's absolutely nothing defending the main base. So he should be able to break that. But of course, meanwhile, Warp Prism Harass is taking its toll on the Zerg's defenses. Taking down 1 spine already. Going for the second one. Now 4 Immortals are out, which is a hilariously high number. It's almost an end game army for Protoss at this point. If you compare the army supply, Protoss is way higher in tech and number as well. Finally, 8lings are moving across the map to try and deal some damage. Protoss, of course, still on 1 base as well, so it's not that bad, but those 4 Immortals are a pain in the ass. Might be able to force them back a bit with the lings there, but the Warp Prism is really doing its job here of defending. At this point, I still believe you could just walk up and kill everything with 6 Immortals. I mean, there we go, another Spinecrow dies. And those lings are not enough to deal a crippling blow to Protoss at this point, because Protoss' army is way too high and Zerg will lose the space race. Being forced to pull the probes, never a good sign, and its remake goes out with a boom. And we're gonna do another replay. I just decided we're gonna do another one here right now. Let me just save it in the right folder so I can find it, and then we are gonna go into game 6 today. Because why not? A bonus game. 48th episode, because 8 is the number of infinity. In the top left, we have Bungie playing Protoss in blue. While in the bottom right... Oh, this is the 5th game, actually. Well, that's fine. That's fine. It's the 5th game, then. Because I really wanted to cast this one, this episode, so I'm going to do that. Craigie's Blisk. Moving an SCV across the map really early here is Blisk. Oh, at least I suppose it's early. Not 100% sure, but looks early. Going for proxy, maybe? Because... as we know, proxy is the new normal for Terran. And indeed, we're seeing a proxy Rax. And the Proby boy that scouts it immediately because, yeah, it's on the... kind of on the line towards your opponent. But guess what? Another SUV snuck by. He's gotta build a bunker. A bunkery bunker. Bunkety bunkety bunk. Hiding for now is the other SCV. And I mean, Protoss has spotted this, so I don't know why he's not doing anything against it that moment. Still taking his base normally. And going for a Cybercore rather than a second gateway. I don't know how Protoss are supposed to deal with this, but I guess if this bunker's finished up. Well, this Nexus. Is this Nexus misplaced? Look at this and tell me this Nexus is not misplaced. This looks wrong. Well, anyway, Protoss is... Yeah, I guess it's not. It's just a weird angle, I guess. Anyway, the bunker is able to shoot the Nexus. Which should tell the Protoss to maybe abort, you know. It should probably abort. Abort, Nexus abort. You can, of course, let it get almost finished before aborting. But you really want those 300 minerals back. Build 2 more gates, just go to town with everything you have, you know. Because 3 gate can make a lot of units. And the cancellation is real. One stalker moving down, trying to shoot the SCV. Or go for the Rex, you know. Now, a single proxy Rex is a very, very small investment for Terran. The bunkers can be salvaged, so what Terran's really doing here is delaying the Protoss and annoying him as hard as he can. And the Protoss will take out the single Marine before it gets to the bunker. And blood splatter on the floor is everything that remains, and the barracks will now fly over between the bunkers, because why not contain the Protoss while they're at it, you know? Might as well prolong the agony here. One stalker's not going to be able to take down this Rex in time, but now... Yeah, Protoss is going to walk in here and see a bunker with Marines in it. It's going to be like, oh well. Guess we're not getting in there, are we? Nope. You know, the wall's being made. Of course, it's not quite finished yet. Also, versus Protoss, versus Stalkers, the wall's not any good. There's 2 Marines in there now. I'm not sure if 2 Stalkers can kill 2 Marines in a bunker. But they can sure as hell kill the supply depots, because, yeah, I mean, they're out of range. So that's why you shouldn't build a wall versus Stalker boys. It's not working. 2 depots lost here, 1 was cancelled, I believe. So not too big of a deal, but of course supply blocking the Terran here. And pulling the SCVs, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. Although with the Marines, he might be able to clean this up. Yep, he is able to clean this up without losing a single Marine. Loses, I think, some SCVs, but maybe not even that, I don't know. I don't know, but now we have an Immortal and 4 Stalkers here, and they will be able to kill this bunkers no problemo, even with an SCV repairing it, because Immortal do a lot of damage. Even microing his Stalkers away so they don't only take shield damage, which of course will repair itself quite fast. And finally being able to shoo away the Terran is a Bungie. Now, currently, Bungie has a nice army because he already has an Immortal out, which is quite early. But Immortals are not as good as they are versus Roaches, because Marines... Holy shit, why Scion is here for the last game. Hi, Zoe. Look, Stalkers killing Marines. And bunkers defending. 3 bunkers defending now, because Blisk just wants to be safe, you know. And the Widowmine as well. Blisk just wants to be safe because he doesn't like Stalkers in his base. Well, who does? But, I mean, if you're gonna cannon, if you're gonna bunker rush the Protoss, at some point... Thank you for the follow. I hope you like the squirrel. At some point you're gonna have to expect a Protoss counterattack. Not even the Immortal finally arrives as well, so pulling all his SCVs to repair really wants to keep this here. I guess he saw the Widowmine, that's why he pulled back. And killing a Stalker is the Widowmine. Taking out the bunker, though, is Bungie here. Will take out the other bunker as well, I guess. Although, 4 Marines in a bunker and an Immortal not shooting. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's of course hurting the income from Terran here. But guess what? Terran has mules. Still being mined there. And missing a Warp Prism drop in the main base is Fizban. Also, one landed hero Viking taking out the Stalkers here together with the boys. Cleaning up everything here. And the front is still being defended by a million of SCVs and bunkers. So, at this point, Protoss is like, yeah, you know what? We're just gonna go home and like build up our stuff because this is not gonna happen here. And of course, as long as Terran is not mining with his SCVs, he's not really ahead, right? I mean, you can be ahead in workers, but if you don't mine with them, you're not ahead, are you? Don't know what this Viking is for. He's probably scouting for hidden Protoss bases or something. Maybe wanting to see if there's a third base yet, which of course there shouldn't be because Protoss was contained for that long. And yeah, he might be searching for overlords at this point. I mean, you never know, right? There might be overlords. Or there might be proxy stargates without anything from a stargate having shown yet. But you never know. You know, better build a Viking. It's gonna give you vision. It's gonna be scouting. And scouting, he's gonna use it to harass it. Well, that's fair, I guess. One probe gets taken out. Viking gets the fuck out of there. And turning into a normal game is this one here. Always nice when supply cooldowns, Blisk, really. That's not how you use your energy, Blisk. Huh. 3 starports. Holy shit. I'm gonna make 3 liberators at a time from 2 base. That seems a little excessive. 3rd base in the making though. And reactor liberators, really? What? He's going 4 liberators at a time? That's quite the no. 2 Vikings liberators. So air mech. It's gonna be air mech. Viking still doing damage here, killing 3 probes, 4 probes, 5 probes, 6 probes, 7 probes, 8 probes, 9 probes, 10 probes, 11, 12, 13, 14. Finally react 15 probes. Yeah, well, he might as well let that Viking die now because yeah, that Viking was his commander. Oh, there's more Vikings. Jesus Christ, taking out so many workers here. Oh my god. That was so well done by Blisk here. Really crippling the Protoss economy. There's nothing here for the Liberator to take care of because all the probes died by those Vikings. Such a powerful tool. But now moving across the map with a Warp Prism again is Bungie here. There's still 2 bunkers and a Liberator and 4 Vikings at home. And a Widow Mine. But of course, Bungie at this point doesn't have a choice because guess what? He doesn't have any more probes because Vikings killed them all. And that Liberator is not really well placed here. I mean, the range upgrade is in the making, but that Liberator is completely on the wrong side of things. It's gonna get taken out without even a second thought here. And this amount of Stalkers might even be able to one-shot the bunker. But yeah, taking out the Rex is good as well. This should tell him no that he has to do with mech here. Because why else would the Terran not land his Rex? Will he try to engage this or will he not? Protoss is not making anything. No probes, no nothing at the moment. While Terran is upgrading everything he has. Bunkers are shooting. There's a Warp Prism somewhere. It's over there. Brought to Mortals, I guess. And he's gonna ferry up his Stalkers now. Into the main, I guess. Which... he can blink. He got blink. Well, just for the vision then. Gonna take out the base that is being built. Will take out Liberators as well. And Vikings. Here, the tank might fall as well. Nope. Deciding to get the fuck out of there is the Protoss. The main entrance has not been abandoned by Terran. One Banshee tries to do something and dies immediately. Building turrets now is Blisk. turtling his way to a victory here, Blisk. Meanwhile, another Viking. Well, the Viking with 5 kills will try to find some more damage here, but this time Protoss is aware, blinks under it immediately, gonna take it down. And the Vikings are looking to kill the War Prism. Of course, if there's no War Prism, there's no blink in, but 2 Vikings die. And someone should really tell the SCVs to repair this command center, because guess what? It's burning down. There we go. Still reluctant to attack into these liberation zones here, is Bungie. And Blisk still content to have half of his workers just sitting there at the entrance defending the bunker. But, I mean, if you're 30 workers up, you might as well have 10 of them not working, because, yeah, I mean, who really needs this? Even going across the map now with some Hellions, and the Hellions will find very little resistance over here, frying those probes. Building Archons now is Bungie, still building up his army, still ahead, but the advantage will shrink with every passing minute. Even if he is making workers now, Terran has much more resources collected. But I mean, if he's gonna waste his units like that, eventually Protoss will pull ahead again, finding a tank and a Liberator there. Very nice. Meanwhile, the Hellions are roasting the probes. Shields are very good versus Hellions, but once the shields are gone, those probes just die immediately. Of course, the Stalkers will be able to clean this up, but losing more workers here. Almost the whole mineral line destroyed by Blisk here. Bungie really not his day, or not his workers' day. Slowly sieging forward with the Liberators, taking a bit of damage here, triggering an attack, and the Liberators go down. The Raven will go down, and there's only a couple of Marines, 2 bunkers, a Liberator defending here now. Not enough siege tanks in my opinion. But of course the bunkers are still very powerful. But once the Immortals and the Archons come forward and tank, should be taken out easily. I wish Bungie would just go for it. Of course, it's hard for him to know what else there is. Also, one Immortal not being able to shoot is not a good thing here for Bungie. But of course, it's choke point, even though it's a very big choke point. But you should really focus down the bunker at this point. Once the bunker's gone, everything else is gonna die as well. And Vikings coming back now, landing and taking out those Stalkers. If he can clean up this army, he's actually in a really strong position here, because he's up a lot of workers. Yeah, not the best engagement. I think he could have taken out the bunker as well, and then Blisk wouldn't have had the anchor point in his defense there. More Liberators, not in the best spots, can be taken out easily by the Stalkers, I guess. Throwing away a lot of units here. Man, Blisk, what are you doing? Taking a third behind this, so basically up in bases, but way down in workers, is Bungie. And let's see how many more workers that our Terran can take off from Protoss here. Looking to find some damage, killing a missile turret here and there with his Stalkers is Bungie. Racking up quite a mineral count now. He should really spend those minerals. Trying to take out another missile turret there. I don't know if he wants to transition into DTs or why he's targeting the missile turrets. Maybe just because he doesn't have anything else to do. You should really be building stuff at home, Bungie. You have a lot of minerals saved up. Build workers, build stuff to kill Terran's stuff, because stuff that kills stuff is good stuff. There is a War Prism hanging around here. Terran, meanwhile, has built his 4th base because he was bored. War Prism being taken out immediately. Their 3 Warplanes stopped. The cycles does not reset. And yeah, I mean, Blisk still looking very strong, even though it's just on 2 bases. He has 2 bases ready. And he's way ahead in workers, although Protoss is slowly catching up. And with Terran not being as cost effective as he should be, it might actually be in Protoss' favor here. Because, yeah. Oh my god. It's like one fully saturated base with mules. That's a lot of mules. Holy shit, look at those mules. Look at this. 3.5K of income just because there's a million mules there. Vikings moving in. There's nothing to defend. Vikings might well be able to take out all of the production from Protoss here, focusing down the pylons. Meanwhile, this triggers, of course, this triggers Protoss to attack. Zealots are there to tank the shots, but the Immortal is too far away. He cannot fire on the bunker. And now, finally, the bunker gets taken out. And the Liberators should be focused down now. Don't take the Liberators. Kill the Liberators. Dude, kill the Liberators. Yeah, I need to kill the Liberator. There we go. And yeah, walking into 2 more bunkers is probably not the best idea. You should probably have just attacked here because there's nothing left to defend except 1 Liberator. Why did you not attack in there? Of course, there's stuff in your main base killing your stuff, but you could have at least tried to do the best with your units. You were slowly getting back into the game. Now you basically threw it all away again. Although, I mean, worker count is kind of even now, and still has enough Stalkers to deal with those Vikings, so I guess should be fine. Blisk throwing away a Viking there. The main is mined out, so it doesn't really matter. There's not many probes left. You could still get some gas, though. And rebuilding his pylons. Although, of course, the Vikings are still there in the corner. Should maybe let the Stalkers stay there, just to make sure that the Vikings don't come back and kill everything again. Cancelling the bunkers here is Blisk, slowly bunkering his way forward. And now deciding to go across the map. Nope, he's going to expand again, because of course he has his 4th CC ready already. Right? But taking his 4th as well is Bungie here. And the Stalkers are a bit sad because they cannot walk on this ramp here that is clearly blocked by indestructible crates. Otherwise, they could have gone for the Vikings there. And yeah, I mean, the game has evened out quite nicely because apparently Blisk was unable to close it out. I don't know why that is, because honestly, Bungie hasn't been the most competent person as well. But hey, I mean, closing out games is hard, I can tell, because that's where I fail as well. But I fail versus Terran mostly. Because bunker Terran is very hard. One single Hellion is going to try to roast himself some probes. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. The probes might just get fed up with him and kill him with their little laser drills. Yeah. But as of now, Bungie decided to not react to this threat at all by pulling probes or anything. Just pulling his Stalkers over there to kill everything. Of course, this prompts the Vikings to get the fuck out of there. He might want to land them here to kill some more probes, but he can kill 6 of them. It's not gonna matter because it's very oversaturated here, as well as this base is. So, and wow, 3 Vikings are getting taken out here by the Stalkers. There's only 1 Viking left. He's gonna land and try to do his best to kill something there. But there's way more stuff than he needs. Gets 2 more probes until he gets taken out. So all the Vikings are gone, and Protoss' army is looking pretty scary now. I guess most of the army supply here is in Liberators, and while Liberators are very good, they are very fragile if it comes to Stalkers, if they're not in a very good position. And yeah, I mean, oh, there's a battle cruiser out even. Jesus, okay, well that's a big investment there. Battle cruisers. Cattle bruisers, but that's a lot of Protoss there. I mean, almost everything here can shoot up except the Zealots, of course. But yeah, that Liberator is free. Liberators are being set up now here. Of course, this is a very, very wide space to defend. There's 2 openings basically, so the huge Protoss army will probably at some point attack in here. More Archons being made, more Zealots being warped in. And somehow Terran's still ahead in supply. Because there's a lot of battlecruisers. There's 3 out now. Making 3 battlecruisers at a time. Of course, Protoss breaking the other side of the map easily. Battlecruisers are coming in, and Protoss will see them now for the first time. And it's gonna be like, what? Taking out the 4th here immediately, though, is Bungie. Looking really strong here now. After the initial debacle with the Vikings killing all the workers. Taking out a sensor tower is always nice, making the Terran a bit blinder than he should be. There's 3 bunkers here, but no Marines in the bunkers, and just two cranky Liberators that will be taken out immediately. Takes out 2 more Liberators here, 2 more Liberators there, and the battlecruisers are gonna jump in right on top of the Stalkers, which is probably not the best idea, because Stalker, good unit. Way too many anti-air here for Bungie. I mean, even being able to take out the planetary at some point here, once the rest of the army is dead, the planetary might fall here. SCVs are being taken out now. Last battlecruiser is on the way. 2 more being there, so base gets saved, but look at the losses here. It's lost so much gas. It's really hurting him. Throwing away those mech really relies on you being able to build up your army into a sort of Terran mech death ball, I guess. Especially air mech. I don't like Liberators too much in air mech anyway. I mean, they're good, but I don't know. Does he even have the range? Is he even using the range upgrade? Because it seems like, I don't know. I don't know. Welcome back, Wagon. Sorry I told you I finished. I finished with Stardew Valley. But right now we're doing Omlette to Fromage. And Terran is really freaking me out because he's losing a lot. And Protoss is not closing out the game either, so I'm a bit confused here. Of course, Terran's lost a lot of workers now. But he has battlecruisers and Liberators and some Cyclones as well, although they might have died today. Yeah, they died. So just air, and of course each Stalker needs 2 shots, and we're Yamatoing Archons now, I guess. That's fair, I guess. Yeah. 1 Liberator going on a secret mission across the map. Probably looking for more drone kills, and if Bungie's history here with harassment is any indication, he will not move any probes. Probes are not being moved here. Maybe this is some weird installment of IC-FAR where you're not allowed to pull your probes, you know, if you're being harassed. So that might be the reason. So it might also be the reason why he's always saturating hard. And another Viking's landing here doing more damage. The guy already killed 4 probes. And the Liberator's on the other side harassing here. Boom, boom, probe, probe, boom. Taking down 4 more probes. Guess 4? Yep. So yeah, losing workers right and left. Again, is Bungie. A lot of workers have been killed in this game already. Of course, we have unupgraded Stalkers now. Moving across the map again. Still trying to take out this planetary. Which is this second planetary? No, it's just a command center for now. But there's like a ridiculous amount of battlecruisers parked over this base, and the planetary and this much battlecruisers should not be able to be taken out by this many Stalkers, as far as I can tell at least. And throwing away another Liberator here is Bungie, is Blisk. This one gets taken out as well, but he did his job at least. The other one just died. Maybe that's his way of scouting, sending Liberators across the map to scout out where the enemy army is. So he can then later not do anything to kill them. Well, I guess he's up in mules now. And making 4 SCVs at a time, you're gonna catch up eventually again, and then maybe the game will shift again, because right now Protoss is down on 1 base really, because the others are not really mining. Now we are back on 1.5, and maybe 2 if you count this one, which is not saturated at the moment. Although Bonchi should have at least... Where are all these probes really? What the it's about 23 here. There should be a lot of probes somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay, he transfers them now. And the battle cruisers are moving across the map. Not wasting tactical jump here. Guess what? DTs. And with just having called down all his mules, nope, still has a scan. But guess what's very bad versus... Guess what's very bad versus battle cruisers? Versus DTs. Can you tell? It's empty bunkers. Also, there's a million Phoenix. That's a ridiculous amount of Phoenix. That might even be able to take out a battle cruiser, even though they have armor. But this is a lot of Phoenix. Why would you make so much Phoenix? Get some Void Rays in there. I mean, of course you can kill all those SCVs if you want. But guess you don't, because there's battle cruisers shooting at your 4th. And yes, it's 4th because it took this as the 3rd here. And I mean, let's see how Phoenixes do versus battlecruisers. Look at this, not too good, right? Because battlecruisers is a lot of armor. Jumping back now. Shapoof. And I'm not sure, but I guess if this murder cloud of liberators gets one shot off up at this Phoenix, they will all die. Or will they? We will see. Finally, manning the bunkers here is Blisk. It's going to help him tremendously by defending. And yeah, being maxed is nice, but if you're maxed on Phoenix and 2 Tempest and some Archons, or maybe Storm Templars, it's not too good. Finally making carriers now though. Because, I mean, why not? Why not counter Terran mass air with Protoss mass air? That would work, right? There's also a missile turret here now. And scanning anyway is Blisk. Because better be sure that there's no Dark Templar left there. Sorry for making fun of you, Blisk. But it's funny, right? You can take it, right? Also, very peculiarly building the orbital next to the planetary fortress, which is the other way around than everybody else does it. Liberators on the Phoenix hunt here. Oh, that was such a bad decision there. Hanji. Oh my god, throwing away 30 supply Phoenix there. Meanwhile, Stalker boys are attacking over here. Bunker is not being able to repair it. Lots of Liberation Zone are going down, and that's as many Liberations as there are Stalkers, so I'm not going to be able to take that out before they have sieged. And the battlecruisers are going for another round of harassment here. Rest of the Phoenix is taken out here, and Liberation Zones are going down everywhere. And this extractor will not live long. And neither will this base. Six workers could still be mining here. And pulling back his army, because why not? I mean, Stalkers need to go back, even though the battlecruisers are over here somewhere now, wherever they are. Hidden somewhere. There we are. There we go. Well, this is a very nice game. I like it. Blisk is maxed now as well, so he might have to do something with his many Liberators, battlecruisers, and Vikings. Like, I don't know, maybe take a 5th base, you know. Might as well. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6th base, yeah. And the 7th base as well. Also building bunkers everywhere, because bunker good unit. Though he don't think he even has the Marines to man them all. Still making 3 Liberators at a time here, even though his supply blocked. There we go. They pop out now. That's the last of his army for now. Making more planetary fortresses and researching 3-3 here. Finally deciding to destroy everything that Protoss has, except this base here, because, I mean, if you don't know about it, you cannot possibly attack it. Of course, Meanwhile, Protoss has not been idle. Protoss has built building carriers, and we will storm and destroy everything the Terran has here in the blink of an eye. Although Vikings really good versus carriers, but meanwhile Stalkers very good versus battlecruisers. Most of the battlecruisers are taken out. There's only one left that I can see below this crowd of death here. So much liberation here at hand. You might as well be in the United States of America with all the freedom. But guess what? Liberators have one major flaw. They cannot attack buildings. And I mean, yeah, why not make more carriers if the first wave of carriers died, doing not a lot. Trying to take out the battlecruiser there will succeed. The battlecruiser finally goes down. The final battlecruiser has died. Making 6 liberators at a time now is Blisk. And yeah, I mean, 6 liberators, more liberators, they can kill almost anything. And then Bungie decides he cannot fight this anymore, which is fair, I guess. And thus we conclude our weekly episode. Please, please send in your replays. If you have a cheesy game, send it to me. Also follow me, because that's fun. And I wish you had a nice Sunday. And I wish you a good start in the new week. Good night. Bye-bye.